Thank you guys for tuning in. The dope movement has officially begun. The first episode today, we're going to be talking about 8 lessons from over 400 days of sobriety at 22 years old. Let's get it. Hold on. Huh. Kicking off with number 1. Number 1. Kicking off with numero uno. It's possible. I know. It sounds like I'm giving away secrets for free, which I am. It's possible, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing special about me. I just did it every day, and all of a sudden those days turned into a year plus of me being sober. Yeah, I guess it's become my personality. But the point of the number 1 is it doesn't take you having stronger willpower than the next, having more discipline. It starts with the idea that you can do it. And once you get obsessed with the idea that it is obtainable, then it will happen. The same works with your goals and aspirations, and you just apply that principle to being sober. So oftentimes it's overlooked, like I could never sacrifice those Friday, Saturday nights with my buddies, those Sunday morning brunches. Man, if that's what you're living for, that's all right. But I know when I was doing that, I knew there was something greater out there. And I'm only just leveling up. I haven't even seen the top, and I don't even know if I ever will. That's the beauty of life. Moving on to number 2. It's a habit that builds habits. So what I mean by this is it's this huge platform, right? It's a strong, sturdy foundation, like the ones that go into a great skyscraper. And you're able to just stack up skills, boom, boom. Whether that's committing to playing the guitar, committing to running a marathon, committing to reading books. Those Friday nights, those Saturday mornings that you now have back in your life that you used to spend for fun, you can now spend that time doing something a bit more meaningful. At least that's how I see it. And granted, my views could be completely wrong. I'm just telling you my opinion. Number 3. Those people that watch Inglourious Basterds know, you become proactive. A large part of my life, I would say I was just reacting to whatever life threw at me. Hearing this on the news, hearing this happen on my favorite sports team. Oh, my friend said this about this. And then you start to realize none of that noise even matters. And you start being proactive about your own life, about your own vision, and dedicating yourself to that. When you're sober, you're choosing to be proactive. And that leaks into every other department that you are trying to build up. Your social life, your financial wealth, your relationships, all of it. And you become more proactive when you start being sober because it goes back to rule number 2. It's a habit that builds on other habits. Rule number 4. I'm referring to my paper here. It's the ultimate investment. It's investing in yourself. It's placing those chips on you. Instead of placing it on those horses on this 20-leg parlay that's going to get you out of poverty, you place your chips on you, brother. I don't know about you guys, but there's no one I'd rather bet on than myself. I don't know what the stock market's going to do. I don't know what these hedge fund guys are going to say. I don't know if this or this is going to happen, but I do know what I can do. Number 5, you gotta own it. You gotta own being sober. It's not one of these wishy-washy things. I'm sober for the day, but maybe next week I'll drink. There really can't be much gray area in this. You either are or you aren't. If you're having sips, you're not sober. Did I say that right? If you're having sips of alcohol, you aren't sober. If you're putting that stuff off, saying no to the joint, whatever it is, sober. You gotta own it though. You can't welcome in that, I'm not drinking tonight. Because then it leaves the door open for tomorrow. If you just go, I don't drink anymore. That different frame and those different use of the words are much more powerful, and it also allows your mind, boom, stay laser focused, baby. Be laser. Number 6, you start to look back at your younger drinking days and realize it really wasn't all that. I refer to it as The Walking Dead. When I was doing all that stuff, I was just kind of living for the weekend, living to get drunk. And for me, that was a shallow way of existing that I just won't allow to happen again. Don't be The Walking Dead. Number 7, you got to do it for you and you alone. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it. You have to have that internal dialogue that you are doing this for you. And the payment's not going to happen in the first month. The payment's not going to happen after a year. But good things will continue to happen, and eventually, that big payday, if that's what you're chasing, it'll come. And it's not going to come in the form of $1,000 wrapped perfectly at your doorstep. It comes in the richness of the relationships you have with your parents, with your buddies that you now truly care about, that you aren't just drinking buddies with. Your whole life gets a lot richer. The 8th and final one, stop counting. Too often when I started this journey, and it's a journey, guys, there's no timeline on it. There's no end. There's no end, brother. Going back to 8, you got to stop counting. It doesn't matter. Oh, I'm doing it because I'm trying to hit triple digits. Yeah, that's great, man. But then you're doing it to hit triple digits. You're not doing it because it makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel stronger. It makes you feel better. It makes you operate more. It makes you grow. That's why I do it now. And at the beginning, I was doing it, in a sense, for the wrong reasons that were keeping me going. And I've had this complete reframe now. It's taken me a long time to get here. I encourage everyone to try it for a month, see what happens. To top it off, we got a bonus lesson, fellas. Number 9, don't do drugs. And all jokes aside, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's change the world.
Liam, I don't get it. What's dope? Spelled D-O-P-E. You dope? What's dope? It's dope. I don't know.